Get huge savings all summer long with the Buy Here, Sell Here program at the Team Automotive Group. Sell your vehicle to us and we'll pay you top value. Or buy here and get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get Team VIP service at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Good morning. Welcome to 9 News Now on a Wednesday morning at 7:03.
I gotta get me a watch.
Yeah, you know, I got you.
I got
yeah,
thank goodness. I got it on the phone, but that's always a
Yeah.
Wait, is that like a smartwatch? Is it tied to the?
It is.
So
I need it for notifications.
Oh yeah, sure,
yeah,
sure.
yeah. I like to see what's going on.
Okay, well here's what's going on right now. Sun is up over South Louisiana. Gorgeous shot from our Sky 9 camera network. False River, just always one of those. Look, they called it for the longest time like best kept secret in South Louisiana. Secret's out. It's gorgeous. But here's what also is out. The sun, we're going to start to heat up. It's going to be a warm one.
In fact, I'm seeing 80
there you go.
80 to 84 degrees to start out across our viewing area. So needless to say, it's going to be hot today. But Steve, there is some good news today. Could we see some rain today?
Yeah, that's the main thing we're tracking. We know it's going to be hot again today, but maybe a little more cooling relief for some this afternoon. We'll give you a look at that in just a moment. Right now, another excessive heat warning in effect. That's in effect statewide, includes our counties in southwest Mississippi. So indeed, even with somewhat better rain chances, still going to get very hot before any of those rains develop. Right now, anywhere from the mid 70s to low 80s. Baton Rouge, I think at least 4 straight hours now. The temperature's been holding steady at an even 80. Gonzales, Homa at 79 degrees. And with plenty of sunshine here through the morning, it'll heat up quickly once again. Upper 80s by 9 a.m. We'll get mid 90s at noon, mainly dry through the morning into the afternoon. 101 for a high. But look at the rain chances running 40 to maybe 50% as we get into the afternoon hours. Let's give you a look at that using the graph model again. So through the morning, not much happening. Here we are at noon, and you get a couple of isolated showers showing up. But into the afternoon, by 3 o'clock, scattered showers, a few storms showing up. We pause again at 5 o'clock, still looking at scattered storms. Now, it's not anything widespread, but it's a somewhat better rain chance relative to the last couple of days. And as we head towards sunset, whatever does develop should wind down pretty quickly. Now, again, today as well, keep in mind 1 or 2 of those storms could be strong. Did you see how hot it got yesterday? 104 for a high in Baton Rouge. That shattered the previous record for August 1st, which was 100 degrees. It was our 4th straight record high in Baton Rouge. But how about this? The hottest day we've had in about 16 years. You have to go back to August 11th, 2007. The year before Gustav to have a day that was as hot as it was yesterday, also got up to 104, and it also tied for the 4th hottest day on record for any day of the year in Baton Rouge. So some pretty rare heat in our part of the world. So as I mentioned, that was 4 straight record highs. Today 101, that would make it 5 straight, and I've got record heat in the forecast daily through Saturday. So if this were to pan out, potentially 8 straight days of record highs in Baton Rouge. Remarkable. Sunday and Monday 101 would be just shy of the records of 102, but it'll be close. Still triple-digit heat, still very hot. Any way you slice it. All tied to a persistent dome, a high pressure that's been around for so much of the summer. Center just to our west, not expected to budge a whole lot over the next few days, and that's why the heat just not going to let up. Highs at or above 100 into the weekend, and while we do see a bit of an uptick in rain chances today, tomorrow through Saturday they're back down to 20% or less. Sunday will go 30% on the rain chances, but again, I've got that triple-digit heat into the first part of next week. But beginning next week, hoping to see our rain chances a little closer to summertime norms, August norms, 40 to 50% on a daily basis, and with that, maybe starting to get some relief from the triple-digit heat, but still going to be well above normal with highs in the upper 90s. It's coming up on 7:07 with a check on your Wednesday morning drive. Now, here's Johnny Asian.
And we take you out toward the O'Neill Lane area of I-12, and it's definitely a little bit slow. This is I-12 traffic at O'Neill facing Baton Rouge. Of course, our WASPs are still in the picture. This is O'Neill Lane traffic, or I-12 at O'Neill facing the auction facility or facing Denham Springs. So we do have some traffic coming in from Denham Springs, as is evidence on our map here, right past the Pete's Highway, 4-H Club Road. Right, this is 4-H Club Road, Amite River Bridge, and then it does break up a little bit before you hit the 10-12 merge. But then once you hit the 10-12 merge. It slows down just a little bit at the merge, but that's not because of a wreck. That wreck has been cleared that was there earlier. And here's a live shot of I-12 right there at Jefferson Drusilla area where we had earlier backups. Drive times are coming in and they're starting to become a little bit slower coming out of Denham. All in all, has not been a bad morning for traffic. We'll keep an eye on things during the rest of the hour, the rest of the morning, and all day long. 7:07, you asked for it and we gave it to you. You said, give me the bullet points, the headlines of what happened overnight and in your morning hours. And we do that every morning from Studio B right here on WAFB Plus. Here's Liz and Matt.
Johnny, thank you. And on this Wednesday, we're starting out still talking about power outages from that isolated incident storm damage Monday that we're talking about here. As you wake up this morning, you still see significantly less power outages, but still some people waking up in the dark.
And that's the thing, man. The one thing that doesn't mix, when we talk about canopied cities across the country, Baton Rouge still is one of the most canopied cities out there.
Yeah.
Trees all over. And when you mix that with a city that still has a lot of above ground power lines, that could be a recipe for disaster. Entergy's done a lot of work trying to trim back some of the trees, Demco, all the major players. But when you get that kind of a storm blowing through here, when you get a neighborhood that's big time canopied, like for instance Broadmoor, you're going to get a lot of trees down on lines, and that's what we're dealing with. The power outages right now, to Liz's point, and if you zoom in on it, what you're seeing, yeah, that's Broadmoor still right there. They are down significantly, Liz, to your point. It was what, about 23,000 total outages
Monday
as
night.
it got going?
Yeah.
We're down to what now?
1,300.
There you go.
And most of this, again, Matt mentioned, concentrated here in Broadmoor and Villa Del Rey. You remember
sure,
the Choctaw Drive?
Yeah.
We showed you that video
Yeah.
of those transmissions
Sure
lines
enough.
toppled over. So crews are still working there. That's why all of Choctaw from this stretch here on Airway Drive is kind of out in red. Some of those neighboring streets there. Broadmoor still out. They say the estimated restoration time today for these folks, 7 p.m. It could come on before then, but crews are still trying to get into some backyards to finish some of that and still able to clear out some of that debris before they can get to those tops of the poles there. So if you see crews, please don't approach them. Just let them do their job safely. And if they need to get in your backyard, be mindful of that too.
Man, that's gonna be tough. More than 48 hours for some folks if it gets to that 7 o'clock time frame, right? All right, some other things going on. How about this? Urban Discovery Session. First of all, what does that mean? It's a town hall to discuss opportunities in Baton Rouge. So when we talk about opportunities, what are we talking about? Healthcare, education, social issues. Is that what we're talking about here?
That's it. It's a culmination of all those things here. So when you talk about urban discovery sessions and having a conversation about what needs still need to be met, what needs have already been met, and what needs to be improved. Well, today they're having a discussion there at, I believe, the Boombox on Harry Drive.
Yes, indeed.
If you're interested in any of these topics here, the BRCC is kind of hosting this discussion, and they'd love to hear from you, get your input from community members here to figure out, okay, what are the needs that are still needing to be addressed.
Right.
Come on out tonight.
6 to 7 o'clock. Got some time on the menu?
Yeah.
6 to 7 o'clock. You can be a part of the discussions. Okay, we actually were talking with this couple things with Callie Hubbard this morning. Gone are the days, most likely, of the put the quarter in the meter, feed the parking meter, that kind of thing. Everything is, you got to have an app on your phone, scan this code so you can park here illegally. Go figure, scammers trying to find ways to find your dollars.
And QR codes are becoming common. We use them here at Channel 9.
Absolutely.
We tell you to scan things all the time. But you, the person with the smartphone scanning these QR codes, you really need to be mindful of it, especially in public zones, right? So here we can control what we put out. But you don't know, the sign that could be legitimate could be legitimate, but you've got scammers taping things over these QR codes or kind of misaligning them so what you open is actually a scam link. So as Matt showed you here, you're scanning it and it should take you to a Baton Rouge parking place where you can pay to park. So you need to be mindful. If you open that link and it's miscellaneous, you get a bad gut feeling about this, or it takes you somewhere that seems suspicious, go ahead and report it. Close out of it and report it, because that's not what should be appearing when you pay to park.
It's not. Just please be careful with that, because I mean, these scammers, they just know no ends. Speaking of your money and watching out for it, what's a non-bank? Well, it's something that's not FDIC insured, which is where you want to make sure your money is. And so when we talk about money being moved around through the smartphones these days and the apps like Venmo and Cash App, that kind of stuff, that's where folks are maybe having a bit of problem. That was something else Kelly was talking about.
She details all the tips from Carmen Million with the Better Business Bureau of things you need to look out for if you do choose to go that route in placing your money.
Yeah, so again, read up on that story right there. Some new laws. We were talking about new laws going into effect August 1. This one is talking about carpool lane laws, specifically for, as you're dropping the kids off and picking up from school. The tipping point here was a tragedy in Slidell. A young girl lost her life. But this could be important for a lot of parents.
Yeah, so this is big, especially as school starts this week for some people here. But this is really for all school children, making sure they stay safe when carpool comes into play. So how does that happen? How do the logistics roll out? Are barriers the answer to keep kids safe? Well, Lester Dewey details some of what lawmakers proposed here for that best solution as schools work to figure out what's best and to keep kids safe.
So many new laws going into effect August 1. I want to quickly mention this because you're probably going to wake up and see a bit of this. A lawsuit involving Lizzo.
Former dancers alleging that Lizzo, a dance teacher, and her company, saying that they are accused of harassment claims in a number of different regards here. This is the big talker on social media, and we're following up to find out exactly what these allegations detail. Some of that kind of already leaked in those charging documents. So this is going to be a big talker we're keeping our eyes on.
That as well, a big talker.
Hey, now.
Here's what's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yesterday, as the drawing was coming up for $1 billion drawing, you know how many times we mentioned Mega Millions in 3.5 hours of showtime? And plus this right here, 0 times.
Yeah.
0 mentions. Are we just like, we don't care about $1 billion anymore?
I think we've just
Are we
given
at
up
that
hope
point?
that we're not going to win.
There
I
you
think
go.
that's really it.
I think that's what, well, nobody won it last night, so get ready for $1.25 billion on Friday.
Get your tickets before then. Again, your chances are still the same.
Yeah, that's right.
But just know, big ticket item, $1.25 billion.
That's the one.
But there is some good news, guys.
Okay, guys.
If you have a losing ticket, you can go to Krispy Kreme and they'll get you a snack for your consolations.
You can get a donut?
Yeah, you just have to bring in your losing ticket.
That's all I got are losing tickets.
You calling us losers in here, Liz?
For what it's worth, we're all losers.
We're all losers,
Yeah.
baby.
We're all losers.
Yeah. Happy Wednesday.
Wow.
Yay!
We're all a bunch of losers.
As we
can-
talked about at the end of the newscast, we saw the Toyota Land Cruiser, new one coming out, 55 grand. So after I win the Mega Millions, I'll get my Land
There
Cruiser.
you go.
You get one for everybody.
Yeah.
You get a
I don't
Land
know. After
Cruiser.
calling
You get
him
a Land
losers,
Cruiser.
I don't
You
know
get
if
a
he
Land
would.
Cruiser.
You get a.
We certainly will see. So Friday, we're crossing our fingers for Steve to win. See you in a minute.
Get yourself summer ready with the award-winning lineup of Hondas at Team Honda. We'll help you find just the right vehicle to hit the road to whatever destination awaits you. Come shop the most awarded brand in Car and Driver's 10 Best history at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siegen Lane.